Our curated list of the best new BMW motorcycles of 2024 showcases machines that stand out in their class. So racers, start your engines and let's take a look at these classic designs and high-tech wonders. In at number 7. The 2024 BMW S1000RR isn't tremendously different to the already excellent 2022 machine, but it feels as friendly as a 130 horsepower 600. It's so unintimidating you can just jump on and thrash it. The changes to the chassis, even the addition of new aerodynamic wings, aren't groundbreaking, but in tandem with the operated electronics, deliver a sport bike with immense feedback, stability, and huge stopping power, while the new electronic rider aids have upped the beamer's gain to the point that the Double R really does ride like a PlayStation game, albeit one with the ability to bite should you get it completely wrong. It's simply stunning. In at number 6. Although the BMW R18 cruiser motorcycle isn't new by any means, the Octane version does offer something that is new with a different riding experience to every model that came before it. In essence, the Octane comes with bigger wheels and is a hybrid of different iterations, using the front frame of the normal R18 and the rear frame of the R18B bagger in order to utilize the hard panniers. BMW are quick to point out that the larger wheels are mainly due to appearance, but in reality, it's something that makes a huge difference to the ride quality, vastly improving the ground clearance, stability, and the general riding characteristics. It means that the Octane has more cornering usability, and its general capabilities as a sporty cruiser has improved by a huge amount. In terms of the pure riding experience, this is by far the most engaging R18 that you can buy. In at number 5. BMW's R1290 retro motorbike replaces the outgoing R90, one of our favorite big cubed retros, and an instant hit when it arrived in 2013. It's essentially the same bike with a new name, fresh styling, and an updated chassis, but its ethos remains intact. The new bike, just like the old one, is less about performance and more about its looks and how it makes you feel. There's no big change in the way it goes, but the devil is in the detail. The R1290 HP2-derived engine is cleaner, but still gloriously quirky. It shakes, rocks and rolls, but loses real-world grunt and delivers a deep, chocolatey soundtrack as you rumble along. It's also loaded with enough performance to rip your arms off, hard on the throttle. Handling isn't conventional with its pitching shaft drive either, but once you're used to the way it wiggles its hips, it carves accurately through corners, with braking power that would shame some sports bikes. In at number 4, with its dark, rumbling soundtrack, lavish reserves of low-down power, and a searing top end, BMW's new R1250R is as classy as they come. Its new shift cam boxer engine offers just the right balance of quirky refinement, transforming even the shortest journey into a grin fest. Wind protection is non-existent, but it's roomy, calm and easy to manage, with the poise and grace of a super naked in the corners with stonking brakes to match. Build quality is Tonka toy tough and standard spec is generous, but it's pricey, especially loaded with extras, and isn't a big step on from the old 1200. In at number 3. BMW have gone down a muddy new path with its new F900 GS adventure bike, and it couldn't be more different to the one it replaces. With its bigger parallel twin-cylinder engine and a new steel chassis, it's lighter and more powerful, but crucially it's evolved into a genuine, big-badged enduro bike. That said, it's still a 219 kilograms, 104 horses machine, and you need to have your wits about you. But it's always enjoyable and never intimidating. With an extra 10 horses on tap, the F900 GS is more willing on the throttle than the previous model. There's a nice spark from the new standard issue Akrapovic exhaust can, and the power delivery is smooth, manageable, and controllable, especially in the off-road riding modes. In at number 2. Completely redesigned from the ground up with a new, even bigger engine, more power, Less weight, improved suspension, updated styling, and state-of-the-art electronics, the 1300 GS boasts some chart-topping stats. BMW's invigorated flagship Adventure offers lighter, more precise steering, an even better spread of torque, and a perfect balance between engagement and comfort. It handles like a much smaller bike, deftly darting from corner to corner, and yet it cruises highways like a boss, with its optional radar and blind spot indicators ready to alert the rider. BMW doesn't often put a foot wrong. The Germans are known for quality and precision, and while the R1300 GS might not be the brand's most perfect creation, it is still very hard to fault. The GS is a better bike than its predecessor, there is little doubt about that. It is faster, lighter, better equipped, and arguably better looking. Of course, if you don't currently own a GS and want one, then this is your bike. It is not necessarily as good on tar as a Ducati Multistrada V4 or as good off-road as a KTM 1290 Super Adventure R, but it's probably the best all-rounder on the market. In at number 1. The 1170cc capacity might be the same, but BMW's new R12 Cruiser couldn't be a more different proposition than the old R1200C, which was dropped from the range in 2004 in the face of increasingly large capacity competition. Ironically, while BMW now finally has a huge cruiser of its own in the form of the R18, trends in that part of the market have shifted and reinvigorated demand for smaller capacity models. Hence, the launch of the R12, based on the same chassis and engine as the new R1290. Unlike the old R1200C, which dripped with chrome and overwrought bodywork, allied to BMW quirks like the Tebby lever front end, the R12 takes a much more direct approach, with a stripped-back look and conventional forks to stand as a rival to the likes of Harley-Davidson's Nightster, Triumph's Speedmaster, and Indian's Scout. And finally, we'll leave you with the incredible BMW R20 with the biggest boxer engine in the world, possibly coming to a showroom near you very soon.